illnesses and so on and so forth. When you said, and if you don't want to get into detail or just let me know whatnot, when you said he was molested, was it from his mom or another?
No, it was from his so he was born in Winchester, Virginia.
Okay.
His father was a World War II veteran, and but he was a butcher. And his mother, man, that's a whole nother conversation. But
You don't have to get into detail.
no, I don't have the detail because we weren't allowed to be around her.
I got you.
So they moved to Tampa at a very young age, but he was molested by his uncle.
How old was he when that happened?
Oh, 6.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So he was very young. And so what a shock that he became a fighter, right? Like,
Yeah.
I always
Did he tell anybody or he kept it to himself or?
So it took me it took a
We could skip it, man. We could skip it.
no,
We don't
no,
have to talk
no. I
about
don't want
it.
to skip it. I don't want to skip it. This is real. Just give me a second.
Yeah, take your time, dude.
It took me 35 years just to tell him I was molested.
Oh my God. And I did
And
not want to open up that can, man. I am so
no,
sorry.
no. This is how you heal, bro. And I'm okay with it. He looked at me and his heart was broken, and it wasn't what he dealt with. It wasn't even close. He was raped. It was totally different. So, I looked at my dad and I knew, but, I just said, "Hey dad, this happened one time." And, he looked at me and goes, "I know it happened to me." And, so he had shared it with, our pastor, and it was probably 2 years ago. The pastor sat down with me and said, "Your dad wanted you to know this," which was funny because I remember sitting with my dad so many times and he'd say, "Travis, I can't tell my story right now, but someday it's going to be your responsibility. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but it's your responsibility to tell my story." And I was like, "Dad, that is way too much to put on a child. Like, what are you asking me to do?" And then, after you passed, the story started to come to me and it made sense. Right. So, I say all that to say it was brutal. It was brutal. Like, he literally had to, at 8 years old, work at the chicken coop so he could buy his own tennis shoes to go to school. And that didn't change, until, really he went to the WWF. When they were going out in those territories, he was making $50 a night and paying for his own expenses.